Sure.
A growing number of economists around the country are warning of a decline in Australian house prices. The forecast comes amid higher interest rates, property tax changes and ongoing economic uncertainty.
But the most jarring prediction comes from one of Australia's top forecasters, HSBC's Paul Bloxham. He expects home values to hold steady in 2026 before a national fall of 3 to 6% next year. And he joins us now. Great to have you with us. Let's go through this. What's behind your prediction? How did you come up with that percentage?
Well, I think there are three things. The first one is interest rates have gone up 3 times already, and so we've had a tightening in financial conditions. I think the second one is that we've seen some tax changes come through the budget. Of course, the arrangements around negative gearing and for the capital gains tax arrangements as well for existing dwellings. And the other one is that the economy is in a downswing. We're expecting the economy to slow down quite a bit into the second half of this year and running into next year, and that's to try to get inflation down. That's what the RBA is trying to achieve. So I think that combination tells us that house prices are likely to not just slow down, the housing market's not just likely to cool, but we're likely to see house price declines.
Wow.
If you own a house this morning, you'd be thinking, oh no, but isn't this what the government wants? Because don't they want young people who haven't got into the market to be able to get a toe in, as they say?
This is absolutely the right point, which is that if you want to improve housing affordability, the primary way you do it is by seeing house prices come down. And so this combination of factors is contributing to that. And of course, what that means is we're going to see a pullback in investor demand for existing dwellings, because that's what the tax changes are likely to deliver. But at the same time, that will open up a bit more supply and lower prices for first-home buyers to get involved. And that will put a floor under it. That will mean that even though we're expecting house price declines, they're not going to decline even more, because actually you're going to get some support from first-home buyers in the market.
Paul, we've had you on this show talking about inflation for months now. Is this, I guess, the catalyst to try and get that inflation down, this downturn?
That's right. There really is no other way at this point in time to get inflation all the way down from where it is right now back to where it needs to be without the economy having some sort of a downturn. And I think the RBA has been very clear about that, actually. They've said, in their forecast, growth this year is going to be half the pace of the growth that we saw last year in the economy. And then it's going to stay at those sorts of levels running into 2027 and even into the early part of 28 on their forecast. And we concur with that. We think the economy will need to see a downswing and a downturn in order to get inflation down.
OK. It's not the recession we had to have, as someone famous once said, is it?
Well, it's a downturn we have to have, if you like. That's the way I would frame it. But we're not forecasting at this point like a full-blown recession.
OK. Thank you, Paul.
Better than most. Thank you.